from the Queen's Guard! Get back!
The Queen's Royal Guard has famously stood guard at Britain's Buckingham Palace and other royal residencies for centuries. These colorful and highly trained soldiers are an ever-present force, presenting extreme discipline and self-control despite the taunts and attempts by tourists to crack their steely resolve. But what happens when a royal guard comes face-to-face with people that disrespect the tradition? Do they have to sit there and cop it, or do they fight back? Let's find out. The ceremony we all know as the changing of the guards was first performed at the Palace of Whitehall until the monarchy moved to St. James Palace. Their watch would continue until Queen Victoria decided she needed a little more room and relocated the family to Buckingham Palace. Rather than just leave St. James Palace unguarded, a small detachment was left to guard the Queen's former residence. Today, that trend continues with the Queen's Royal Guards responsible for keeping watch over several royal buildings throughout the UK. Millions of tourists flock to the grounds of St. James and Buckingham Palace every year to watch the famous changing of the guard ceremony. In this precision practice drill, the previous shift hands over the duty of protection to the next shift, effectively changing from the old to new guard. Life of the Royal Guard. Despite their almost novelty appearance, members of the Royal Guard are not to be underestimated. Every member of the Royal Guard is an elite combat soldier, trained in deadly weapons and hand-to-hand combat. They are subjected to intense psychometric testing and must satisfy specific physical criteria in order to be considered. One of those criteria is height. Just a few years ago, if you were under 6 foot 2 inches, there was no chance of you serving in this prestigious role. As of 2017, they've literally lowered the bar, allowing people who are at least 5'10" to be part of the Guard. A Royal Guard must never leave his post, standing to attention at all times. That means if nature calls, hold it. You might even say having a big bladder is a prerequisite for signing up. This goes for fainting too. Those bearskin caps can get awfully hot in the sweltering summer sun, and a fainting guard isn't all that uncommon. If a guard starts to feel themselves getting dizzy or seeing stars, they must remain at attention until they pass out. There's even a name for it. It's called fainting to attention, although we prefer falling with style. Do they speak? Despite their steely resolve, the Queen's Guards will warn you if you are getting too close or if you're disrespecting their traditions. They most commonly shout, "Make way for the Queen's Guard," at tourists who get too close.
Guard the fence!
Here you can see what happens when you try to be funny near the guards.
Oh! Get yourself away! Du kan inte ta ner då! Do it one!
Don't get too close. You've been warned.
Get back! Get back!
Smiling is forbidden. Do you know someone who is never in a good mood? The kind of person who yawns on a roller coaster? Well, maybe they should consider a career as a British Royal Guard, because smiling and laughing is a big no-no within this crack team of combat professionals. Not even a beautiful girl asking for a selfie will sway the steel gaze of the Royal Guard. In fact, it's so frowned upon, soldiers that break their composure are often fined up to $260 just for smiling. That's not to say it doesn't happen though. Here, a couple of tourists managed to make this guard crack.
All right. Maybe we can see this. All right. Yeah.
This has to be really entertaining for him, I hope.
Hopefully.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
Oh my god, I can't believe you did it.
You're awesome. I love you.
I can't believe he's real. Cheers.
Killers in disguise. The Queen's Royal Guard may be more ceremonial than anything, but they're no laughing matter. These soldiers are highly trained combat assassins and have the authority to fire or injure if they feel the Queen is in danger. And while the SA-80 rifle that the guards hold is not generally loaded with live ammunition, there are occasions where rounds are provided in times of heightened security. Even still, I'm pretty sure the point end of the muzzle still hurts.
Get back from the Queen's Guard!
Royal bloopers. Despite their fierce reputation and deadly combat skills, the Royal Guards are, after all, human. They slip, trip, and make mistakes just like the rest of us. The only difference is someone's always filming them. This one had to hurt. Some would say this guard's performance is slipping. Check out this bad fall. In this clip, a comedian manages to make a Royal Guard smile. Take a look.
No. What? That's not a name. Shake of a head is not a name. Please say your name. And by recess, you know, you're just this guy that's hanging out. His mother always picked him up from school. You know, he's that type of guy until he was 20. His mother picked him up from school.
The Royal Guard certainly has some moves. The hats. It's probably best to address the elephant, or should I say bear, in the room. The giant black hats that closely resemble a fluffy boom mic aren't hats at all. They're bear skins, and they have a proud and quirky history that dates back over 200 years. The French Emperor Napoleon dressed his imperial guards in tall bearskin caps while he was in power in the early 19th century. He did so in the belief that the extra height would intimidate his opponents. Well, it didn't work out so great for Napoleon after his troops were defeated by the British in the Battle of Waterloo in 1815. Wanting a souvenir of their victory, the British then collected these bearskin caps and took them home as trophies. The bearskin caps were eventually adopted to be a part of the British Grenadier Guards uniform and spread to other parts of the British military. Most helmets have a strap that goes under the chin to secure it tightly. The Royal Guards bearskin has a nose strap for safety. At 18 inches in height and weighing up to 1.5 pounds, you'd need both a strong neck and a robust nose to keep that baby on. Surely that design poses some problems.
Oh. Their shoes are slippery. I know. The one dude almost slipped.
Turns out there is a reason for the nose strap. That big black cap was a prime target for cavalry, and a shot to the cap could quite easily break a soldier's neck if it was hit hard enough. Fastening the cap under the nose ensures that the hat flies off and doesn't take the soldier's head with it. Oh, and don't worry, while the bearskin caps used to be made from Canadian black bear fur, the Queen's Royal Guard are now all completely vegan, as in you'll only find fake fur on the heads of these soldiers. Make way for the Queen's Guard. The Queen's Royal Guard have precision movements that are timed to the second. This means that they don't have time to stop for people in their way. If you're standing in the path of a Royal Guardsman completely oblivious to what's going on around you, you're going to get barged out of the way. Sometimes innocent bystanders can also cop the brutal arm of the Queen's Royal Guard. If you're quick, you can see this guard do what we've all thought about doing at least once in our lives. So what do you think of the Royal Guards? Let us know in the comments below. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel with notifications on to make sure you never miss out on future videos. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.